weird cloud.
That's okay. I think, does it say we're recording now?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So this is, what a generic kind of Gmail looks like. And so over here, if you have the extension, I guess, here we go. Okay. So it has this little thing and it says pipeline.
Okay.
Right here. And if you loaded it on, it's going to have just a generic one. I think it says like sales or whatever.
Okay.
You could add a new one if you don't have one at all. I did sales deals, and it's really just kind of like a template.
Okay.
And I think what I did is you can rename it, and you can name it whatever you want. So I don't know why it's doing that. I named mine Daily Power Pockets, and that's just because I wanted to be able to know what it was for. But you can name it whatever you want. I'm just going to close all these just so you can kind of. So when you open and it's that generic one, all you do is go right here, click on this little guy, rename the stage. These are your stages. And I think of them as like a sales cycle. So you want to think about, you need to move the person forward to get to the purchase, right? I mean, that's the end goal. Or you mark them as not your people and you move on. So you want to rename those stages that I was telling you about. And so I did new list, like new people. These are people that you friended and you have absolutely just new friends, like new connections. In fact, that might even be a better word for it, like add network or whatever.
Okay.
And then what you do to add to that, which was the hardest part to understand what those people were talking about, is you click on that. And then you just see this little button, new box.
Okay.
And then you just type the person's name. And then you want to put like your lead source. So I think whenever you did it, there was a bunch of them. And I just deleted the ones I didn't want.
Okay.
And so I put in here Facebook. And when you're just starting out, it's going to say, you know what? Let's just do this. We're going to start a whole new pipeline.
Okay.
Yeah, it's only me. Create me pipeline. So this is what it's going to look like when you start it.
Okay.
And then you go through and you rename the stage. New friend.
Now, when you did your stages, did you just kind of think of those Power Pockets?
Yep.
Like Power Pocket 1 would be that. Okay.
Yep. And then, so this one was, I named connections. In fact, new connection. Or this is where it's going to be kind of tricky. Let's just say first connection.
Okay.
And then here was invitation. And then because to me, there's two, and I put motivation station. Because to me, there's two different. Okay. And then just for stage and not doing too much, I'm just going to delete those. Because I'm going to go back and delete this at the end anyways.
Right. My dog's chewing my shoe. I'm going to grab it real quick.
That's fine. Okay. So like here, whenever it says name, stage, deal, and that's because eventually you can go back and you can sort. So you want the stage, the deal size. I don't even know what that means. I just deleted it. Just
Okay.
delete that data. Closing date, it doesn't really matter. Delete that column. I don't know how to reword those. So contacts and organizations, remove this column. Assign to notes, I just moved to the end. Date of the last email. So the assign to is if you're going to share this with your team, but really in reality, it's just going to be you. So, I mean, I don't know if you really need that, but if there's any other data that you want to be able to sort it by, you hit here and then you just add a column.
Okay.
There's magic columns here. Yeah. If you want to add a new stage, it's this button right here. And then you just name it what you want it to be. Coach sign up, like sign up to be a coach or whatever. And then how you move them is you just, you know, go back and forth.
Okay.
But the biggest thing that was hard to understand is, okay, if they're not in your email, they're just your friends and you're just tracking it to have the CRM, what the hell do you do now? So I just clicked on here, new friend, and see this little button right here. You want a new box. And this is where you'll type their name.
So it will generate all your emails in this automatically.
If you go to, so if
I'm jumping ahead, just say wait. Or
that's okay. I'm trying to figure out where I can put the little box. So you would actually have to go to your inbox, find an email that you want, like say people that you've sent emails to here, and you want to add them, you would click on here and you would have to, so they're suggesting a new box. You can put that. Then you go to sales deal because it's going to ask you what pipeline you want it in. And then when you go to pipeline, when you go to that, here she is. If you click on her, that's the part I have not figured out.
Okay.
Like how it would show. Oh, there it is. Here's all the information. So it houses that email that I sent her. You can add notes. You can, all this stuff. Lead source, make comments here. You can call and, you know, log a call. Task, you can put a task where it'll send you an email to task it. Yeah. So you'll have to, I haven't gotten that far. I have to play along. I've just figured out how to add the people to my list.
To your list. Okay, perfect.
So what I did yesterday, I opened up my Facebook Messenger and I just started adding people. And so I'm going to go back to my Power Pockets. So I ended up having like 53 people, I think is what I entered yesterday. So this morning what I did is I went through and I was like, okay, have I had a connection with them? And so I started moving people. And what you do is, so if you enter all those people underneath new list, and you need to move them into the appropriate stage that they are.
Okay.
You click on their name, and then you go up here, and it says change stage of the checked box. And then you move them into where they are.
Okay.
And then you need to make sure right here, see this? It shows that you have something clicked. So you just unclick that box. It won't unclick the box when you move it. You have to actually uncheck it. Because then if you go to the next person and you move them to a different box, a different stage, it's going to move that person again.
So you have to, okay.
Yeah,
So click on move them, unclick them.
Yep. I'm actually going to remove this column because they're all assigned to me. That was kind of crazy. Like here, I did a stage of share a cart. I want to know if I've sent them a share to cart and what it was for.
So that's what you put in notes of what it was.
Yep. So here, Amy, I sent her a share a cart of like 4. Amy, I sent her one, and then I re-messaged her. I followed up with her on the 18th. And I probably should put follow-up message on 7/18. Probably just to be a little bit more. And you can actually make this bigger.
Okay.
Just kind of how you can. That's what I have.
Okay. I love that. I love that you can just click it and move it. Right now I have everything pen and paper, so it's like cross that here, notes here.
Yep. And so this morning what I did on my connections is I just went to the first 5 people that were on my new list. So that's how I started figuring out like who I had made a connection with and who I hadn't. And then quite honestly, I went through and I deleted a few people. I was like, they're not my people. They're not my tribe. They're not who I'm really. And so whoever I add the connection to, like if I send them a friend request and they accept it, they're going to go on my list.
Okay.
Not until they accept my friend request.
Okay. So like this morning, I sent, I don't know, probably 50 friend requests.
Yeah.
I'm only going to put on here the ones that show up in my messenger or whatever that say now connected.
Yep.
Okay. Are you doing the same for Instagram or?
So that's kind of tricky. I haven't figured out. I have a couple of people that I have conversations with on Instagram, and so I put them in here.
Okay.
So you can see like here.
Got you.
Instagram. I don't know, because that's a lot of people and that's handlers, but when you think about if you're following like, or people that are following you back, I mean, it's like you have over 1,000 people.
Right. So maybe just the ones that are like commenting or liking your stuff.
Yeah.
Okay. Because those are people that I would want, like if they're taking time
to comment
or like my stuff, then I might want to take the time to make a bigger connection with them, right?
Yeah, I mean, if those are the people that whoever you send a message to, they should probably go on here as a new connection. Like put their name in and then go ahead and put them as a connection.
Okay.
So this is my question to you.
Uh-huh.
I am all about the small talk. I can small talk with somebody all day, but like, you know, how long are they in your new person? Like how long do you form them before you send the invite to the group?
I mean, I guess it depends. I mean, if you're small talk and it never gets to like health or wellness, then you just keep what it does. But I feel like as soon as somebody says something to me like, I've been looking for a recipe for this, or how do you get motivated to work out, or just those little things,
yeah,
then that's kind of my invitation that it's okay to invite them now.
And then that's when you send the, oh my gosh, first of all, I have to apologize that I've never invited you. Well, that makes sense.
Yes.
Perfect. So as soon as they ask you a question about health and fitness, then it opens the door for you. And that way it's not icky because they asked you.
Right.
And so now you're sending them. See, this is why we talk.
Yeah. I love this.
Well, and it makes it like, oh, I'm so sorry that I've never invited you to my group.
Yeah.
Then it's like, oh, well, what about the group? So, okay.
Because then the apology makes sense. Because if it's just totally random, like,
yeah.
I apologize. I just saw you on Facebook.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. I like
So
that.
I think I'm gonna make a conversation. I think I'm gonna make a new connection of almost like an ongoing conversation.
Okay.
Think like obviously you want to move them from here to the first connection, and then you want to move them from that, like having a conversation or maybe forming. Oh,
Maybe that becomes a relationship or.
yeah. So what could we name that stage? Like forming?
Yeah. Yeah.
Is that
Dating.
Huh?
I feel like you're dating them.
Yeah. Well, yeah, you could even move them from like, oh, that's so funny. We could say first date.
Yeah.
You know, like met. Instead of a connection, it's our first date.
First date, blind date.
And then our second stage could be dating. I mean, we kind of have to make it fun, right?
I love it.
Yes!
Like have it first base, second base.
Dating. I'm going to do it because I think it's hilarious.
Yes. Well, and it will like make sense to you.
Yes. Okay.
If I say I'm dating somebody, that means I'm trying to get to know them, right?
You're getting to know them. Correct. Yes. First date.
Love it.
And then your invitation can be, we're going steady.
A proposal.
Oh, this is hilarious. I love it. Going steady.
Love it.
Oh, well, yeah, going steady. I think that's hilarious. Because it's idling, like,
Yeah.
And then the purchased proposal. Share a cart is the actual proposal, right?
Mm-hmm.
Shut up.
It's the greatest thing ever.
Up. How do you spell proposal? Right? Proposal? And purchase means we're married.
Married.
Oh, no, coaching, we're married. This is we're engaged. Yes. Okay. And then they become a coach. We're married.
Married. The follow-up could be like the I don't even know how at the after phone call, like the what do you call that when you're waiting? Do I call? Does she call this?
Oh yes.
You're talking. What do the kids call it these days?
Oh, I don't know. The waiting game.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's awesome.
Okay. Perfect. So then you just go through it. But then the great thing about it is if you load the app on your phone.
Okay. That was going to be my next question is how can I do this on my phone?
So I loaded Streak on my phone. I don't know if you can see it.
No, but I can get it on mine.
Yep. So then it's going to say when you load on, it's going to ask you to sign in with the Gmail account that your Streak is attached to.
Okay.
Then what it does is when you pop on, it's going to tell you all your pipelines. So then I click on daily power pockets, which is what I called mine. And there's all my stuff.
Okay.
It has each of them in the stage. So like you're here, I just click on Sally. And I think I can move you. Stage. Yep. Once I do it, I can move you to first date.
So I wonder why so many people were saying you can't do it from your phone. Are there things you can't do or?
You can't add people. Well, you can add people, but like you can't set up the list. You can't set up the stages here. So like if I hit new. Oh, so you cannot, let's see, pipelines, upcoming, daily pockets. You have to build it from your computer and then it'll be on your phone.
Can I add a new person on my phone?
Yep, you can create a box.
Oh,
So
well, that's all I would need to do, right?
Kristen Caldwell. Well, yeah. I can't even spell my own last name. Kristen Caldwell, create. Where does she go? Yep, there she is. Did you see it pop up automatically on my?
Oh, I did. Yep.
And then I just make sure that I'm in the lead source. I can hit Facebook. It doesn't give me. Oh, then, okay, lead source. Is it? Oh, it's not automatically. You can add notes. And then you could, put in here in the notes, I think would be beneficial is like, so here it popped up, Facebook.
Oh, okay.
What did we talk about? You could even copy and paste like your conversation that you had. Like your last conversation and just kind of keep it that way. You're not having to go back and forth.
Right.
Because right now I'm having to go back like, oh crap, what did I say to this girl? Like what all have I said? All I can tell you is I got a bunch of people on here that are not my people. So I've got to go through and figure out. The other thing, that Ruth on that inviting that I watched her, it was on how to grow whatever. The one thing she said to me that really stuck out to me is she said, you should be sharing your story in a different way once a week.
Okay.
And she said, the reason why you do that, or even like bits and pieces of your story every week, she said, you're adding all these people every day.
So they don't know who you are.
They don't know who you are.
Yeah.
And that made perfect sense to me. So does this make sense to you?
Yeah.
And this makes sense to you? Like, because then you can click it out and say, oh, well, who am I on first date with? And then you okay, I'm going to talk to these people and then they're going to move over. And then they're going to move over. And you should be moving these people. If you start to stall, like the waiting game, like,
right.
Either we have to ask better questions or,
And Lana, one of our coaches, diamond coaches on our team, she did just a quick live video today to talk about how she started to follow up, which was kind of cool. She said instead of just saying, hey, are you still interested in whatever, she's giving results. So like, hey, I'm on day 3. Look at these results.
Oh,
adding some value to the follow-up instead of just another follow-up message,
Yes.
So that was kind of cool.
I like how I can change the colors. I was not liking those colors.
Yeah.
It's all fascinating to me.
No, I love it. I also love, because I forget what I talked to them about. Was I talking to did they want to work out? Like those types of things. So I like that I can add these notes. Or even just that I forget what they ordered. Do they have, if they bought Beachbody on Demand, did they also have 2B? Or did they get the bands with it? Like I forget that stuff and I don't want to have to keep going to my office and search.
Well, I forget half the people that I was talking to.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm going through like all my Facebook messages and I'm like, what the hell? Like, really, they say it's in the follow-up, and I think that this is going to help with the follow-up. The thing is, you have to remember to not only just do the first 5 the whole time. Like, you're going to have to move through the list because you're going to find once you go through your messages and I would do your messages on Instagram and Facebook right now.
Okay. And load those people.
And all of those people should go on, and then you go back and decide if you want to keep them on your list.
Okay. Perfect.
I know, sweet Darla.
That's
she
doable.
was like, did you hit a goal? I'm pretty sure she was like hoping for something. And I was like, yes! And then I messaged her. I mastered Google streak.
That's
I
awesome.
master it. There's still obviously a lot that I don't know, but I made it simple enough and duplicatable enough that somebody else could do it.
Perfect.
And if you're a brand new coach, that's when you need to start, because that's when you're starting your list.
Yeah.
Now that we're having to go back through 3 years of like, holy crap, who all have I chatted with?
Right.
It's gonna.
I'm even thinking, when I first started my business, I did all those 5-day things, and there were a ton of people that participated in those and then never bought a challenge pack. Well, those are people I needed to follow up with, and over time I just kind of lost track of them.
Yep.
So I'm excited about that too, because I think I have emails, and I also think what she talked about, I can't remember which one, that Kira or whatever. Keisha. Just have one streamline. Like, if you're an email person, do the email. But just because Julianne's email doesn't mean I have to be.
I'm not email.
Yeah, I want it to be.
I think
I really want it to be. I thought about opening up a different account just for this, which I don't have. But then maybe I would like email, because everything going there would be streamlined. This.
Oh, yes. This is my personal coaching. And you can change your email on your coach account. That's what I did.
So I don't have that yet, but I think I made one, and then I just never used it. So I need to do that, so then everything going to that email. And then I might like it more. Right now it's just lost in all the craziness.
Yeah, so I made a Gmail account. It's called Coach Kristen Caldwell. I mean, it's super simple, because I think maybe Coach Kristen was already taken or something.
Gotcha.
But you could totally do Coach Sally B.
Right.
You have Cardi B.
Cardi B. Woo woo. I think I made it. I think it's a Misfit Mom.
Oh, yeah.
And then maybe my name, because Misfit Mom was taken, something like that.
Yes.
Okay, cool.
For sure. Okay, I'm going to stop recording.
Okay.